Good evening and welcome to the Doghouse at Eau Claire North High School. Zaleski Sports presents boys high school basketball and a great matchup tonight between the Marshfield Tigers, 18-1 on this regular season. They are the number one ranked team in the Zaleski Sports Division I statewide poll, against the Eau Claire North Huskies, who come in with a 9-9 overall record. Hi again, everybody. I'm Bob Bradovich, joined here at the Doghouse by Dave Sparger. And Spargs, we've seen the Huskies a couple times this year. I think streaky might be a way to describe this team this year. Some ups and downs, but when they're on, they can pretty much play with anybody. They got a few guys that can fill it up.
Yeah, I think your point is well taken about streaky. We've seen them come out and absolutely handle Madison Memorial. The game after that, they played so well. And, Roxville's lit it up a few times this year, and they can play with anybody. Now, on the counter to that, they can lose to anybody. They've lost to teams they probably shouldn't have. They've come out flat. They were very flat the first time they played Eau Claire Memorial as they handled them. So I think you hit it right on the head. Streaky, a little inconsistent, but tonight, if they can play their game, they got to put together probably one of their best games. But if they can hang with this Marshfield team.
We're going to see two teams that like to shoot the three-pointer and are fairly good at it. The Huskies have two players who are 40% or better from behind the arc, that being Andrew Roxvold and Tyler Barrows. Then Elliot Besson and TJ Johnson both shoot it better than 30%. On the other side, Marshfield, some amazing numbers. You got Chris Pohl and Brooks Hinson that are both 45% at or better. You get two guys, Brant Fries and Landon Lee, who are both above 33%. Then you bring in Joey Ketterer off the bench. He's hitting 52.9% of his threes. Marshfield is big, it's talented, and they think that maybe this is the team that can get them through the sectional and down to the state tournament.
Yeah, and if you look at their roster, you're looking at a 6'7" sophomore, 6'2" junior, 5'11" junior, 6'5" junior. All those kids that are not seniors in the starting lineup, but that's probably the only thing that you would question, right? Do they have the maturity being so young? Their bench is the same way, a lot of juniors coming up. That might be the only thing that would keep them from getting to state, is maybe a little bit of that inexperience in the big games. But I'll tell you what, they are talented, like you said. They've got size, and they can shoot the basketball.
If you go on the Zaleski Sports website and you are a VIP member, there are some bracket projections. And again, that's based on games through the weekend. It doesn't count what's going to happen over the next week and a half. But Marshfield would be a 1 seed in that sectional. Spash the 2. At the moment, Memorial is the 3. Superior is 4. Hudson, we've seen the Hudson Raiders a couple times. It's a solid team. They're a 9 seed, and they may have to go on the road in that first round. It just tells you that section is loaded, and then all of a sudden you throw in teams like Nina's a 6 seed. We saw Hortonville in that holiday tournament. They're an 11.
Yeah, and Nina actually beat Marshfield early on in the season. That's the only loss they have this year. So, again, you're talking about a 7, 8, 9 seeds that could come up and knock off anybody.
Today's pregame show is brought to you by Asher Exteriors. Call Asher's for your free no-obligation estimate at 888-GO-ASHER or visit goasher.com. That is goasher.com. Get off the ladder and get gutter helmet with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Trust the experts on your most valuable asset, your home. Give them a call today at 888-GO-ASHER. Marshfield Tigers, Eau Claire North Huskies. We'll have our national anthem and player introductions coming up right now from the Doghouse. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Herrick and Hart Law Office. They have been on the side of the injured since 1951. Find them at eauclairlaw.com. The Huskies wearing the white uniforms, the Columbia blue and black trim. Marshfield Tigers in the orange jerseys. Pole and Roxvold to tip it off, and we are underway. Here's Besson. Up top to Aaron Gust. Andrew Roxvold now gets a high pick, leaves it for Besson. In the corner, Aaron Gust for three, got it. And that's how we begin with an Aaron Gust three.
Good job right there by Aaron Gust, getting his feet set, getting that one up. A good look, gets it to go, good start.
Down low, Chris Pohl picks up the dribble. Brooks Hinson fires from distance, count it, plus the foul.
Folks, if you've not seen this Tiger team, this is the guy to watch. Number 5, Brooke Hinson, averaging 18 points a game. And right there, showing what he's got, that range, and knocks it down.
Hinson plays summer ball with a couple of the Eau Claire Memorial guys. And so he's familiar with some of the players from this part of the state as well. Cannot complete the 4-point play, but we're all even. Sparks, we talked about the 3-point shooting of both these teams, and they're both dropping in threes early on. There's a tough take to the hoop by Besson. Tapped out of there nicely by Landon Lee.
Yeah, talking with Coach Kessler before the game, he just said, listen, we've got to find a way to control Hinson and Pohl, the two main scorers for the Tigers. Oh, tough finish.
Down low, Ethan connect. All right, out of the gates, Marshfield with a couple and one opportunities. Foul called on Elliot Besson. Connect, 6'5" junior. Won't get the roll on the free throw. Tigers lead by 2. Huskies have the basketball. Gus to Roxvold. They zip it inside to Jensen. It's knocked out of his hands, and last touch by the Huskies. Now the officials will talk about it.
Yeah, it went off the Marshfield feet, but apparently that glanced off the Husky before it went out of bounds. Like you said, they talked about it, and that's what they came away with.
Here's Fries. Swings it to Lee. Up top, Hinson. Guarded by Gust. Fries on the drive. Back to Hinson. Fired in the corner, Landon Lee. Going baseline. And the Tigers will reset. Hinson in the corner, Fries for 3, and that is good. 8-3 start. Tigers over the Huskies.
Couple of 3 already for the Tigers. We talked about how they can knock that down. Boy, offensively, Brad, if you can hit the 3, that just stretches your defense so far.
3-pointer on the way. Gust rattles out. Lee on the push. Bounce pass ahead.
Oh, nice
Chris
finish.
Pohl for the finish.
Great pass by Landon Lee right there.
Sparks, this is a 10-0 run for the Tigers.
I got a feeling that's not unusual with this team. Pretty sure they go on a lot of runs during games.
Besson in traffic. No good off the glass. Hinson on the push. The dish
Too
to
easy.
connect for 2.
Yeah,
it's a
too
12-0 run. And Michael Kessler and the Huskies want to talk about it. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
A&W Peppermint Shakes are here. They are the ultimate refreshment. Available in regular and Oreo at your nearest A&W All-American Food locations in Altoona, Cadott, Withee, and Spencer. It's a 12-0 run for the Marshfield Tigers. They lead by 9, and now the Tigers coming out of that north timeout will apply some full-court pressure. Aaron Gust will bring it up for the Huskies. Barrows. Back to Gust. Here's Jensen. Little handoff, Besson. Gust again. Roxvold, they rotate it. Open look, no good for Besson. Here's Hinson now. Clears to Pohl up top. Pohl spins, takes it strong to the hoop and scores.
Oh, real strong move, like you said. Took it up, thought he was going to throw it down, but then he kind of drew some contact, was able to at least finish off the glass.
The run is now 14-0 for Marshfield, showing that they are very deserving of their ranking. Barrows will pop from distance. That's no good. Hinson grabs the rebound. Tigers in transition. Pohl in the corner. Pohl at 6'7", shoots better than 45% from behind the arc. So he's that stretch four that they talk about in basketball. And he can score inside as well.
Nice post up, little turnaround jumper over the smaller guy defending him. Brad, I don't think they've missed a shot, have they? Marshfield's coming out just on fire.
Now they missed 2 free throws, and that's it.
Yeah, they were standing still.
Everything
that
else
was the problem.
has gone down.
Yeah, they have looked efficient.
Here's Roxvold. Hoop won't have that one. Rebound Pohl.
And again, one and done for the Huskies. Oh, nice hesitation.
Pohl all the way to the
and
hoop.
One.
Count it, and the foul. Wow.
You had just said, talking about Pohl posting up, and then all of a sudden he gets that little shot fake and drive. Just, again, looking tough inside.
Huskies going to call another timeout. Tigers on an 18-0 run. We'll step aside as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
The Rural Virtual Academy is an online tuition-free public school serving students pre-K through high school right here in Wisconsin. For more information, visit ruralvirtual.org. Marquardt Motors, your local Buick and GMC dealer, has the area's largest pre-owned and new vehicle inventory with new arrivals daily. View the inventory at marquardtmotors.com or stop in to talk to a friendly salaried sales consultant. Sparks, if you're Michael Kessler in the North huddle, I think you can say, look, guys, we got a lot of time, but we need some stops. We need some buckets.
Yeah, Coach Kessler, he talked about that in pregame about you've got to play defense. We've got to be able to stop Pohl and Hinson, and they're just not doing it right now. They're not even getting back in time in transition, and Marshfield's just having the way on that break and in transition.
Chris Pohl is up to 9 points. The run is now 19-0 for the Tigers. Nearly a steal here. Besson gets in the lane. Little floater. That's no good. Connect the rebound.
Yeah, good job by Connector. Just walling up, going straight up, making that shot tough.
Lee in the corner. Pull-up shot. No good by Hinson, and Marshfield has finally missed a field goal attempt. Roxvold with it. Finds Gust. Barrows for 3. That rims off. Good attempt that time to keep it in bounds by Elliott Johnson, who has entered the game for the Huskies. Open look out of the corner. He passes. Takes it to the hoop. That's Fries. Scramble for the loose ball, and the Huskies come out of there with it. It's one of those things, Sparks, is if you're the Huskies, you got to break this game down into small increments. Let's try to win the next minute. Let's try to win the next couple possessions, things like that. Because otherwise, you're looking up at that scoreboard. It's 19-3 with over 12 minutes to go.
Yeah,
in the first half, and you're not much has gone your way.
No, you're right. Marshfield just coming out hot, and you're struggling offensively, and you can't slow them down. So you're right. Break it down to about 2 minutes. All right, we're down 16. We got to just let's cut it to 12. Let's take a couple minutes here, play better. Try to just creep into this thing a little bit.
Nice pass.
Good
Tyler
look.
Johnson finds Elliott Johnson.
And that's a nice look, right? Get you off the schneid. Been stuck on 3 for about the last 5 minutes.
Tyler Johnson at times has started this year. Other times, there's a grab right there by Maddox Gertz trying to prevent Hinson from hitting a layup. So the Tigers will get the ball out of bounds. But to complete the thought of Tyler Johnson, I think he's the kind of guy that can really spark a team coming off the bench. He's that good sixth man, and he's got so many good wheels. Oh, my goodness. Chris Pohl on the inbounds pass, throwing it down.
And making it look easy to throw it down.
Good set out of that timeout. Roxvold taking it strong to the hoop, no good. Pohl the rebound. Hinson on the run out. Contested
gets the
shot.
roll.
He gets the home down roll on the road. Johnson to Johnson, knocked out of bounds. Huskies will keep it. Tyler Johnson, another nice dish to Elliott Johnson.
I think the Huskies got to be careful here. I don't think they want to get into a track meet with the Tigers.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson, when he's on offense for the Huskies, he's kind of in attack mode all the time. Sets the pick, gets it back. Hands to Roxvold. It's an offensive foul on the Huskies.
Illegal screen right there. Or was just Roxvold on a... Nope, yeah, illegal screen. Tyler Johnson picked up that one for the Huskies.
Marshfield will be back in Eau Claire on Saturday to take on the Memorial Old Abe's at the Eagles Nest. We'll have that one for you. That ought to be a good one, Sparks.
I'm sure there's plenty of Old Apes probably here tonight watching this one.
Out of the corner, that shot by Pohl is no good. Offensive rebound, Fries. They'll reset now with Lee. Near steal by Roxvold. Ramberg all the way to the hoop. Velen Ramberg off the bench into the bucket.
Yeah, it's not letting up. They're going to the bench, and they're still got that attack mode.
Maddox Gertz gives it up. Johnson for 3. It rims out.
A good look right there, though, for the Huskies.
Chris Fisher, the Marshfield coach, telling his guys, move it up quickly. And they run a nice backdoor cut. Hinson is fouled.
Yeah, the Tigers do such a nice job on the perimeter of either shot fake and drive, and they'll get the Huskies off balance, or they'll give that little hesitation and watch for that backdoor cut and feed them. Just so efficient on the offense tonight.
Maddox Gertz picks up the personal foul, and that is his second. It'll send Brooks Hinson to the line. Hinson, 6'2 junior, averages just under 18 points per game. Aaron Gust back in for the Huskies. Second shot coming for Hinson. He's sitting at 6 points. Make it 7.
One of the two guys the Huskies had to try to control tonight. Chris Pohl's up to 11, and Brooks Hinson's already at 8.
Yeah, and Sparks, there's still more than 10 minutes to go in the half. This is a solid team. You mentioned the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's, and I have spotted them across the way. In that opposite corner, about halfway up in the bleachers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're off tonight, and obviously very interested in this contest as they host the Huskies on Friday night and then Marshfield Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. These are the next two teams. Now, that'll be a quick turnaround for the Old Abe's, but Coach Brisky likes to get things set up. Steal by Roxvold. He takes it in off the glass and scores.
Roxvold first points of the night.
Huskies getting some offense from their defense. Here's Ketterer. Lost the handle and tried to fire it inbounds, intercepted by Carter Burns. Roxvold again. Besson to Tyler Johnson. Johnson, nice move in the lane.
Pretty shot fake, little fadeaway.
That's
Nice.
his game. He's got that hesitation dribble. He's got the good handle. He can work himself into the lane for some shots. Ketterer clears it up top. Here's Ramberg putting it in off the glass.
I think we got a warning here on Andrew Roxvold for talking back to the official right there.
He's having a
So-
chat with Casey Eckert. Roxvold will come out. Elliot Besson back in for the Huskies. So Huskies giving up some height with this group on the floor.
Yeah, Roxvold wasn't happy with that drive that kind of just took him out. Kind of ran him over for that layup. He thought there should have been a charge, and he didn't get it. And had a little comments to say to Mr. Eckert there. And so he'll just sit down to cool down for a little bit here.
Besson trying to take it up. Gets it blocked. Gust swings to Johnson. He'll pop from distance. That's no good. Rebound to Pohl. Tigers with Fries in the corner. And he'll clear it up to Hinson. Now guarded by Gust. Hinson, Ketterer. Tried to get it back to Pohl.
Yeah,
Stolen.
real nice deal by Carter Burns.
Johnson to the hoop. Knocked out of bounds. Huskies will keep it. Tyler Barrows back in for the Huskies. Noah Daniels is in for Marshfield, his first game action. Landon Lee also back in. Check that. Yeah, Landon Lee is in, and Brad Fries is out. 8 minutes to go. It's a 20-point lead for Marshfield. Carter Burns takes it to the hoop. No good. Pohl grabs another rebound. Here's Landon Lee. Ramberg is fouled by Brady Jensen. Jensen's a football guy. Can you tell?
That was a good wrap up. Yep, he banged him a little hard on that one.
Ethan Knecht, one of the starters, back in for Marshfield. At the line, Valen Ramberg, 6'7" sophomore. Marshfield team is big and talented.
And I would say they're probably pretty deep, too. I think they've already played 10 tonight.
Here's Besson, trying to clear himself for a shot. Elliot Besson, no. Ball knocked around. They're still battling for it. Back to Benson, and he gets it swatted. Besson, I should say, is swatted by Knecht.
Well, great job by Brady Jensen there for the Huskies. Just keeping that ball alive, kept tipping it, knocking it away, and it finally went into the hands of Elliot Besson.
So Elliot Besson goes to the line. The 6'2" junior averages just over 13 points per game. Looking for his first points of the night. Andrew Roxvold back in for the Huskies. Brady Jensen gets a nice ovation. And again, Jensen is just energy guys. He's just going to go out there. He's going to play physical. He's going to play hard. And it's the kind of stuff that rubs off on the other guys.
Yeah, that's always nice to have come off the bench, isn't it? A guy that's a little more physical and ready to get after it.
And again, aside from Roxvold, North does just not have the height to match up with guys like Chris Pohl and Valen Ramberg and even Ethan Knecht at 6'5".
Yeah, Knecht's 6'5", but he's very physical. He's built.
Hinson, tough shot. Knecht right on cue, goes up strong and scores.
Yeah, just physical. He's hard to move in there. Good job with the left hand to finish.
Yeah, Roxvold was there trying to wall up, and Connect just able to finish right through him. Back to a 20-point lead. Besson from distance. And contact on the other end, and it's a foul on the Tigers. They're going to get Valen Ramberg, or check that, Ethan Connect on the foul. That is his second.
Yeah, something happened there as Connect was going across the lane. He kind of slammed on the brakes and was looking for that post up, but the Husky guy went flying.
So Gus to bring it up. Johnson, corner, Barrows, three. Maybe a little rushed on that three-pointer as the defense was closing out. Landon Lee back to Brooks Hinson. He'll pop from behind the arc. That is short. Gus the rebound. Tyler Johnson. Back to Gust. Besson will launch another deep one, and that is good.
Besson with a couple now to get the Huskies back kind of into the game here. Only down 14. Here's one of those times, Brad, what you're talking about. Let's just win a couple minutes here.
Huskies with the high trap. Here's Ramberg. Ramberg going baseline, lays it up and in. Valen Ramberg, one of those guys that you look at him and you're thinking, that guy's coming off the bench. Roxvold will pop, and that is good. Three-pointer. Andrew Roxvold. Huskies starting to heat up now.
Yeah, I think they've survived that initial onslaught that the Tigers came out in. You know, the Huskies just were taken back on their heels, and Marshfield could do no wrong, and all of a sudden they've kind of figured out their little run here, and like you said, the Huskies back in it.
Went from 20 to 13 in a little over a minute. Hinson spins in the lane. Connect. He'll pop the three-pointer. That's off. Tipped right in the hands of Hinson. That won't go. Battle for the rebound. Ramberg has it. That's no good. Connect. Off the glass.
Tigers too tough on the offensive glass. 3-4 more opportunities again.
Tyler Johnson fires it up top to Besson. He's hit a couple three-pointers. Loses the handle. Steal by Ramberg. Bounce pass. Hinson. And he'll back it out with Roxvold coming in on him.
Yeah, good recovery there by Roxvold to prevent that layup.
Hinson will set it up. Gets the high pick. Fires it, corner. Landon Lee. Good close out by Barrows. Ramberg now. Backing in on Besson. Hinson over to Daniels. Connect picks up the dribble. Landon Lee. Nice follow-away jumper there by Landon Lee.
His first points of the night.
Lead back up to 17. Tyler Johnson. Back the other way. Hinson.
Oh, nice.
Somehow
layoff.
Ramberg missed that one. I'm not really sure how.
Yeah, he just crotched it. He didn't get it up high off the glass. He left it short.
I don't know if he kind of lost the handle going up or it just looked like a, basic layup there. That's why I think I mentioned this the other night, Sparks, as an announcer. I never like to say easy bucket.
Yeah.
You tell me what in this game is easy. You ask a coach that sometime. How many easy shots has the team missed? They'll go on for 10 minutes. Huskies basketball down by 17. Barrows up top, gives it up to Burns. Burns for three, and that is good. Huskies starting to heat up from behind the arc. Their last four buckets have all been threes. We talked about it, Sparks, a streaky North team. A whistle and a foul away from the ball, and they're going to get Roxvold. Now Casey Eckert's going to go have a chat with Mike Kessler, the Huskies head coach. And
he's going to tee him up right here, but Now, I think he just teed up the Marshfield kid, actually.
He may have been, because Chris Pohl was also talking. So now Casey Eckert's going to go talk to Chris Fisher, the Marshfield head coach.
Yeah, I think he was initially explaining to Coach Kessler, this is why I called that. That's a foul, and this is why I called it. And then I'm guessing that Chris Pohl had a little 2 cents to say about it. But I don't know why. Oh, okay, the Huskies are over the limit, so Pohl's going to shoot his for the foul, and then we'll come the other end for the technicals.
And that one rattles out. And you don't know, Spargs, what things might spark a team that's down and kind of teetering in danger zone territory like the Huskies are. Maybe something like this will.
Yeah, you knock down these 2 free throws and you get the ball back. Knock down, you're down within 12 and you got the ball.
Roxfold knocked down the first free throw. Roxfold shooting the technical here.
And there it is.
At the line.
Yeah, down to 12 and their ball.
We got 3:02 left still. Fair amount of time remaining in this first half for North to make a push. Marshfield had that 19-0 run to take a 16-point lead. Now Casey Eckert's going to explain to the scorer exactly.
Yeah, Dwayne Paschal needs a little more explanation about who's getting fouls and where everything goes in the book here. So a little clerical stuff to take care of.
You got a veteran official there in Casey Eckert and a veteran scorekeeper in Dwayne Paschal.
Those two have sure been around a long time. Absolutely.
Carter Burns to bring it across for the Huskies. Roxfold going baseline. Andrew Roxfold.
Huskies within 10.
7-0 run by North to pull within 10. Hinson to pull. Now Lee. Near steal by the Huskies. Fries gets it back, clears to Lee. Hesitation dribble in the lane. Lee, bounce pass, connect, backing in, scores.
Oh, just muscled his way in there. If that Husky defender could have taken a fall, he would have drawn the charge.
Roxfold off the glass for 2.
Roxfold much more aggressive here late in the first half.
Roxfold up to 11 points.
Yeah, he didn't get his first bucket till about 11 minutes left in the half, and you're right, in the last 7 minutes, 11 points.
Near steal by the Huskies. Pohl will pop from distance, and that's good. Wow, Chris Pohl.
Yeah, Huskies so close to getting that turnover. And then Pohl just hits him with the dagger for 3.
Roxfold, can he stay hot? Lost the handle. Huskies hang on to it. On the drive, Gertz picks up the dribble, finds Roxfold. They clear it up top to Carter Burns. Barrows. Burns will take it into the lane. Slips it out to Roxfold, who thought about the 3. Now he'll launch, and he'll hit another one.
Well, Roxfold's gotten hot at the right time.
Here's Hinson. Over to Lee. Down low to Pohl. Backing in on Roxfold. Roxfold trying to body up. Yeah, I think they're going to get Roxfold on the foul.
Roxfold's his second in the first half here.
And I think you would leave him in. He's too important to you offensively.
Yeah, you're going to get the ball back after these free throws. You definitely want him on the floor to end the half.
Here's Pohl at the line. He now has 15 points. Elliott Besson back in for North.
Ethan Connection to grab some bench here for the Tigers because he has 2 fouls.
Tyler Johnson back in for North. So more of a team of shooters out there now for the Huskies.
Yeah, you'd assume the Huskies would want to hold for just one here.
Yeah, they've done a good job to kind of claw their way back into this one, and they were early on when it was 19-3 Spartans. You thought they might get blown right out of the gym, but to their credit, they have battled back against a really talented Marshfield team, and beyond being talented, boy, they play smart. Yeah, they have a really good sense of what they're doing offensively and defensively, and they play their systems incredibly well. Not 18-1 by accident.
Isn't that the truth?
Huskies ball down by 12.
Yeah, the Huskies, again, have just done a nice job the second half of this first half of just figuring out their offense, getting better shots, and knocking things down.
Goddard started with a couple of threes. Roxvold hit a couple big shots.
Look for something set here now to get that ball to Roxvold.
Tyler Johnson with the basketball. Johnson on the drive, takes it all the way in.
In and
Can't
out.
Finish. Landon Lee is short at the half. Marshfield leads Eau Claire North 44-32. A high-scoring first half. Sparks, credit to the Huskies for getting back into this one. What are they going to need to do in this second half to kind of cut into this lead even more?
Yeah, the big thing is, again, they've got to keep Pohl and Hinson under wraps, so they got to do a better job defensively. They gave up 44 in the first half, so they got to try to find a way to shut them down. Now, Hinson didn't hurt him too bad. He actually only had 7 points that half. Pohl did have his 14. But, again, those are the two that kind of make that offense click, keep them under control the second half. Offensively, just keep running that offense. Much better in the system towards that second half of the first half, and they ran their offense better, got better looks. Roxvold became much more aggressive, and he nailed some shots. And again, even a couple of the other Huskies were able to drain a three, and they're going to need those threes to fall here to try to have a shot at the Tigers.
And if you're Marshfield, what do you expect the Tigers to come out and try to do second half?
Yeah, I think Marshfield just got a little sloppy. I think they, when they had that nice run and lead, I think they just relaxed a little bit, and the Huskies made them pay for that. They had some better looks and knocked them down. So the Tigers are going to simply talk about, listen, what created that 16-3 run that we had? Well, it was the defense. It was the defense getting the defensive board taken off. It was blocking shots. It was doing all those things to create transition. And that's where Marshfield did most of their damage, was in transition.
Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more for every room, every door, and every window. Place your trust in SOS Security. Youth night here at the Doghouse. We will step aside for an extended break. We'll come back with second half action. You are watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Apple Weight Loss. Chiropractic care is more than just making the pain disappear. It's about learning, understanding, and taking care of your body to improve your quality of life with Apple Weight Loss. Whether buying or selling, home, recreation, commercial, no matter your budget, find the listings at DonnellanOnline.com. Franson Bank & Trust has a team of experienced bankers that will provide a vast array of loan products tailored to your situation. Franson Bank & Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Blue Northern Distributing of Eau Claire, Wisconsin is a local family-owned business and has been distributing products in western Wisconsin for over 20 years. Our friendly truck drivers are extensively trained to be the best in the industry.
Because it's a really good family-oriented company.
Blue Northern distributes milk and dairy products to many schools and businesses. Right now, we are seeking qualified Class A truck drivers to join our fleet. Apply today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
I know that I can handle schooling my children because RVA provides the tools that I need. The RVA has adjusted curriculum by placing children right where their learning is. That's the #1 goal, is to make sure that your children are learning, and so you don't move on if they haven't grasped the concept. You stop, pause, and you make sure that you grasp that before you move on. The RVA will work with your child's needs and will provide the support and the attention that your child not only needs but deserves.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
Their streakiness shown in one half.
HS Fence has been serving Wisconsin's commercial and residential fencing needs for the last 18 years. HS Fence specializing in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. Bob Radovich, Dave Sparger back with you from the Doghouse. Marshfield leading Eau Claire North 44-32. Chris Pohl leading all scorers with 14 points for Marshfield. Ethan Connect has 10, Brooks Hinson 7. Andrew Oxfold also has 14 points for the North Huskies. Elliot Besson has 8. Spargs, Marshfield led by as much as 20. They went on that 19-0 run to build a 16-point lead. Early, there were times it looked like they were just going to be off and running and could win this thing by about 40 or so. All of a sudden, the Huskies started battling back. What did you see from North that allowed them to get back into this one?
Well, it was funny how we talked at the pregame about how streaky North can be, right? Some nights they could show up and play with anybody. The next night they can just look terrible. I think that sums up your whole first half right there. They come out of the gates. They were not ready to go. They looked sloppy, sluggish, and Marshfield just took it down the court and took it right at them. Well, Coach Kessler uses the timeout, gets them regrouped, gets them refocused, and all of a sudden North goes on that run the last 10 minutes, and they got streaky and they got hot from the perimeter. And they were able to cut into that 20-point lead at one time, and now it's down to 12. So again, for the Huskies, it's like, listen, you've shown you can play with them if you play smart. If you take care of the basketball and get those shots, take your time, take care of the basketball, and rebound. And let's see what happens here the second half.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head when it comes to turnovers. You got to play smart. If you miss shots, that happens. That's basketball. But if you can limit your turnovers against a team like Marshfield, because they will capitalize on that. We saw that a couple times in that first half.
Turnovers turn right into points for Marshfield. They're so good in transition.
You can get Culligan Water for just $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured that you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Marshfield will have the ball as we start the second half. They try the lob for Hinson. They don't connect on that. And they try the bounce pass to Connect. But it's a turnover, and North will get the basketball.
Yeah, they did not connect on that one.
Ah, very good.
There you go.
How long have you been waiting on that one?
The whole game. I was waiting for that one. Once we knew who was starting.
You found your spot. That's a
is.
veteran color commentator right there. You're picking your spots.
Yeah.
Here's Roxfold up top. Besson, three-pointer. That's no good. Rebound
Good
by the
offensive
Huskies.
board.
Besson to Barrows. Gust. He'll penetrate. Leave it for Roxfold. Huskies will reset. Besson now. Besson to the glass.
Nice little drive there, under control. Got her to go.
And credit to Brady Jensen for keeping that possession alive. He rebounded that Besson missed three. Connect inside.
Oh, nice dish inside by Landon Lee. Connect up to 12 points now.
That's the thing I've noticed about Marshfield. Really unselfish and a really good passing team. Gust to Besson. Or check that, Barrows rather. Here's Besson. Gust will try a three-pointer right on line, but just a little bit long, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Roxwold.
Yeah, good job by Hinson there, knocking it off of Roxwold. Brooks Hinson, he's been a little quiet tonight, only 7 points. He's averaging 18.
Although this is my first time watching him, it looks like he's the kind of guy as Pohl drives the lane. Besson pulls down the rebound. Besson, all kinds of traffic. Look at that behind the back dribble. Here's Roxvold. They cleared a gust. But going back to Hinson, he doesn't force anything. Besson off the glass for 2. Yeah, Hinson will just let the game come to him.
I was just going to say that, yeah, there's a guy that knows the game and lets it come to him and really has not forced anything.
But something tells me if he has to take over a game that he'll do it. He definitely has all the skills. Ball pinballing around, last touch, they say, by the Huskies. So throwing it in will be Landon Lee. We'll get it to Hinson. Lee picks up the dribble to Pohl, back to Lee. Lee will pop from distance. That's off. Rebound Roxvold. Now the Huskies have a chance to get this margin down to single digits. And it's taken away from Besson. Lee on the push. Hinson in the lane. Knocked away by Connect and out of bounds.
I don't think Hinson was really ready for that pass, and then he got up and he really didn't have a handle on that shot.
So again, the Huskies have a chance to get it to single digits.
Better job this half by the Huskies of only one and done for the Tigers. They're kind of taking care of their defensive board so much better.
Besson to Roxvold. Guarded by Fries. Interior pass knocked away. Barrows leaves it for Gust. Hand off Besson gets it stripped. Landon Lee to Hinson. Off the glass for 2. Well, there's a good example of finishing off of 2 feet.
Yeah, and again, Landon Lee with the great dish. He's had several tonight.
Roxvold through traffic. Tough shot. Won't get the roll, but he'll go to the line.
That should be on Ethan Connect right there. He drew the contact.
And that's 3 on Ethan Connect, the 6'5 junior who has 12 points for the Tigers. Roxvold up to 15 points. Subs in for the Huskies, Carter Burns and Elliott Johnson.
Yeah, Roxvold and Besson have really been carrying the load tonight for the Huskies. Besson grabs a rest here, but he's got 14 on the night.
2 of 2 for Roxvold. Huskies back within 10. Hinson gives it up to Pohl, guarded by Roxvold. Whistle away from the ball, and it's going to be a foul on the Tigers.
Yeah, that a little bit illegal screen there on the backside.
Foul goes on Brant Fries. Huskies trying to get this into single digits. They've been down to by as many as 20. Roxvold spins, dishes. Carter Burns at 3 is long. It goes out of bounds off a Connect.
That'll stay with the Huskies. Another chance.
Joey Ketterer will come in for Marshfield. Connect will step out.
Yeah, Ketterer did a really nice job in the first half coming off the bench.
Yeah, solid player, averages about 2.5 points per game. Shoots it really well from behind the arc, 52.9%. Roxvold knocked away. Here come the Tigers. Lee back to Pohl. Ketterer from behind the arc. You got to get a hand up on him. You got to get a hand up on Pohl as well. Hinson tracks down the rebound. Another possession now
Oh, nice screen and
dish
roll.
in the finish. Chris Pohl off the nice feed by Brooks Hinson.
Boy,
as if they've done that before,
say,
Sparks.
Just think of how many times those two have done that move.
12-point lead for Marshfield. Down low, off the glass, and good for Elliott Johnson.
Good patience right there from Johnson.
I think he kind of surprised the Marshfield defense that he was going to take that up. Here comes Hinson. And they get Gust on the foul.
Yep. Little hand check on the drive. Gus second.
Besson back in for the Huskies along with Tyler Johnson. Gustin Barrows will check out. Lee to throw it in for Marshfield. Hinson in the corner. Lee on the perimeter, finds Ketterer. Fries will launch from outside, no good. Rebound Roxvold. Johnson, down low to Elliott Johnson. Johnson to Johnson. Huskies within 8.
Yeah, Elliott Johnson, a couple back-to-back hoops that brought the Huskies within 8.
Landon Lee on the drive,
Oh,
contact,
good drive.
Count it, plus the foul.
Yeah, he went aggressive to the rack and got up and then drew the foul. Feeling it a little bit too. See if that's a knee or an ankle right there, but he got banged pretty hard going up. He's trying to walk it off.
Elliott Johnson will check out to a nice ovation.
Yeah,
Maddox
good minutes.
Gertz back in for the Huskies. Lee's free throw, no good. Look at that rebound by Fries. Another possession for the Tigers. And a foul away from the ball. They're going to get the Huskies on a hold.
Yeah, Max Gertz going inside there and having to hold Chris Pohl as he made a real nice cut across the lane, was about to post up.
Pohl will check out. Noah Daniels in for the Tigers. Landon Lee to throw it in, finds Hinson. Carter Burns playing defense. Hinson, back to Lee, three-pointer, no. Roxvold the rebound.
Had some good looks from 3 this half, and the Tigers just not getting to go.
Roxvold, three-pointer is good.
Speaking of getting them to go, Roxvold has been hot from the arc tonight.
Huskies within 7.
Roxvold up to 19.
Lee on the drive, backing it on Johnson. Help defense comes. They're going to get a foul on the Huskies. It's going to go on Carter Burns. First foul on Burns, the 4th foul on the Huskies this half. Nearly knocked away by North. Ketterer retrieves. To Lee. Hinson on the block. Lee, a little hesitation move. Challenged at the rim by Roxvold.
Yeah, I think Roxvold may have got a piece of that.
And on that scramble for the rebound, that was yanked down by Maddox Gertz. Lee picks up the personal foul. 3rd team foul this half on the Tigers. First personal foul on Landon Lee. Now the Tigers going to put on some backcourt pressure. Tyler Johnson over to Elliott Besson. Carter Burns to the hoop. Won't get the bucket, but he'll head to the line. Huskies are scrapping their way back into this thing. Chris Pohl back in for Marshfield. Valen Ramberg back in. So all of a sudden you got the 2 6'7" guys back in the court for Marshfield.
Well, the good thing by the Huskies right now, we talked about at halftime, they had to play better defense. And they've come out now the second half, and they've only given up 8 points in the first 7 minutes.
Second one rims out. Yeah, 14-8. Huskies have outscored the Tigers to start the second half. Hinson gives it to Pohl. Pohl picks it up on the baseline. Shot from distance, rims out. Great look that time for Fries. Hoop wouldn't have it. Besson will try a three, and that is good!
Well, that's the difference right now. Tigers are missing the threes. Huskies are knocking them down.
This was a 20-point game in the first half. Now the margin is down to 3. Ramberg for 3. That's no good. Rebound, Hinson. And with that, the Tigers will take a timeout. We'll step aside as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Apple Weight Loss. Chiropractic care is more than just making the pain disappear. It's about learning, understanding, and taking care of your body to improve your quality of life with Apple Weight Loss. Whether buying or selling, home, recreation, commercial, no matter your budget, find the listings at DonnellanOnline.com. Franson Bank and Trust has a team of experienced bankers that will provide a vast array of loan products tailored to your situation. Franson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Enjoy the benefits of business banking at Security Financial Bank with several options to fit your business. Learn more about business banking at sfbank.com. Tigers 54, Huskies 49. 10-plus minutes remaining here, second half, in a game that looked like a blowout at times first half with the Tigers by 20. Huskies have cut into that lead. Carter Burns into the lane, picks up the dribble. Besson for 3. That one's short. Scramble for the loose ball. Pohl's got it. Lee on the drive. The kick out to Pohl. He picks up the dribble, gives to Hinson. Started by Gertz. Hinson. Back to Lee. Up top, Pohl. Trying to back in. Burns playing some tough defense. Up top, Ramberg for 3, and he buries it.
I think that's the first 3 in the second half they've knocked down.
Yep, you're right about that.
Give that to Ramberg coming off the bench and making it happen.
Lead back up to 8 now. Burns. To Besson. He leaves it for Roxvold. Burns, three-pointer, that's short. Johnson saves to Besson. He'll try a three-pointer, that's no good. Rebound, Roxvold, bucket and the foul!
Again, good job by the Huskies on that offensive board. Something they didn't do the first half. They've come out the second half and just attacked it.
Roxvold at the line. He's got 21 points. Make it 22. 5-point game here at the Doghouse. Hinson to bring it up. Over to Pohl. Now Lee. Fries up top. Pohl has it, guarded by Burns. Lee down low to Pohl. He has a little trouble with handling the ball, but they're going to get a foul on the Huskies. Carter Burns will pick that up. That's his second. Each team now with 5 team fouls in this half. They get it inside the pull off the glass. No! Huskies have the rebound.
Real nice set out of bounds, but Pull unable to finish.
Johnson in the corner. Here's Besson to Gust. Burns will set it up on the far side. Backdoor pass. Roxbull throws it down.
Great dish right there by Carter Burns. Seeing the back cut.
Huskies have it down to 3, and their fans are making all kinds of noise. Hinson, pull-up, jumper, rims out.
Doesn't get it.
Tyler Johnson the rebound. Gets it back from Gust. Johnson. Gust has it. Back to Johnson. Fires it to Burns. Passes on the 3. Burns picks up the dribble. Johnson thought about the 3, and he'll back it up top. Besson. In the corner to Gust. Johnson three-pointer. It rims out.
Good
rebound in a bucket.
Aaron Gust on the foul.
Gust. Huskies down by 1. Hinson up top.
Huskies have turned this into a half-court, grind-them-out type of game, and it has really paid off.
Hinson will back it out. Landon Lee now. Ramberg takes a look. Back to Lee. Hinson. Now the Tigers will take a little air out of the basketball. Hinson to Fries. Now Lee. Cole on the baseline. Spins, puts it up, no good. Roxvold the rebound. Tyler Johnson to Roxvold up top, Gust. Tyler Johnson to Besson. Besson, kick out to Gust. Gust on the drive. He finds Burns. Burns to Roxvold. Roxvold into the lane. Knocked around. Roxvold gets it back. Out to Gust.
Great job by Roxvold. Great job by Roxvold, staying with that and battling.
Johnston to Roxvold. Backing in, Andrew Roxvold! Huskies have the lead. Knocked away, they're going to get the foul on North.
On the drive, out of bounds underneath for the Tigers.
Sparks, this is a 9-0 run for North. Third foul assessed on Tyler Johnson. Carter Burns will check out. And we get a timeout. We will take one as well. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Tigers only have 13 points this whole half.
Castle Insurance, based in Eau Claire, is your local independent insurance provider for all your insurance needs. You can depend on Castle Insurance. Bargs, we talked during the break. It's kind of a combination of Marshfield shooting has cooled off, and North is stepping things up defensively.
Yeah, they really are. You know, they're getting in their face. They're eliminating that tough drive that the Tigers were able to do in the first half, and they just kind of dug in and played much better defense. And again, we said earlier, this has turned out into a half-court game. You know, it's a grind them out, slow style, and that's exactly what the Huskies have got to do in order to stay with this Tiger team, and now they've got the lead. They have held the Tigers to just 13 second-half points.
26-13 has been the margin in the second half. Huskies were down 12 at the break. They now lead by 1. Tigers have the basketball. Pull out to Lee. Under 5 minutes to go, second half. Hinson up top. Brooks Hinson picks up the dribble. Gets it out to Brant Fries. Fries picks up his dribble. Looking on the backdoor cut. It's knocked away by the Huskies. Tyler Johnson will bring it up. Clears for Roxvold. Hand off to Gust. Back to Johnson. Gust behind the arc. Besson. Gust, three-pointer, no good. Battle for the rebound. Hinson has it. Hinson on the push. He'll pop from distance, and that's good.
That's probably the first pure open look he's had all night. Knocks down to 3 to put him up by 2.
Hinson up to 14 points. Johnson, Besson, three-pointer is good! Elliot Besson up to 18 points. Huskies have a 1-point lead. Hinson, Landon Lee. Pull the rebound, pull off the glass.
Tough board right there. And I'll tell you this, Brado, when Brooks Hinson hit that three-pointer, it got him to 1,000 points. As this whole Marshfield crowd is up and holding up 1,000.
Congratulations to him, but I think he wants to win more than anything else. Time out on the floor. We're back after this. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Blue Northern Distributing of Eau Claire, Wisconsin is a local family-owned business and has been distributing products in western Wisconsin for over 20 years. Our friendly truck drivers are extensively trained to be the best in the industry.
Because it's a really good family-oriented company.
Blue Northern distributes milk and dairy products to many schools and businesses. Right now, we are seeking qualified Class A truck drivers to join our fleet. Apply today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com.
The Dahlman Insurance Agency provides business, home, auto, and farm insurance throughout the Chippewa Valley. Contact Eric Knutson in Elk Mound or Wayne Dahlman in Eau Claire. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rate, stay for the service. Olympic Flame Restaurant in Eau Claire since 1980. Uncle Lampros brought homemade family recipes from Greece, and the tradition continues today at Olympic Flame Restaurant, Eau Claire's best kept secret. Olympic Flame Greek Restaurant on London Road. SC Swiderski, an SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. Huskies have the basketball. They trail by 1.
Tigers come out in that zone.
Johnson fires to Besson. Three-pointer. It's good!
Stays hot. Besson up to 21 tonight.
Besson burying another three-pointer. Huskies have a 2-point lead. Here's Hinson. Knocked away. Burns will slow it down.
Oh, I like that decision from Burns right there.
Tyler Johnson to Burns. We're under 3 minutes to go. Roxvold, Besson, another three-pointer. Ooh, a little bit of a heat check there. Hinson the rebound. This place would have exploded had that gone down. Landon Lee on the wing. Back to Hinson. He'll pop from outside. That's no good. Battle for the rebound. It's off the Tigers. .238 left. Huskies have it up by 2. Trailed by as many as 20 in the first half. Carter Burns. To Gust, back to Burns. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Tyler Johnson. In the corner, Aaron Gust. Three-pointer, no. Pull the rebound.
A good look, too, for him. He has been nailing those.
Hinson in traffic. He'll go to the line with 2:09 left.
Tell you what, you just take a look at the leading scorers tonight, and you got Roxfold and Besson for the Huskies. Roxfold's got 26, Besson 21. Plain and simple, they are out-dueling Pohl and Hinson of the Tigers. Pohl with 20 and Hinson with 14.
Make it 15 for Hinson. Tigers within one. Valen Ramberg back in for Marshfield. Hinson for the tie and his 16th point of the game. Here in Gust up top. Tyler Johnson wanted to get it to Burns, but it was kicked by Lee. We're under 2 minutes to go. Tyler Johnson to throw it in for the Huskies. Roxfold. Burns has it. Burns on the drive, picks up the dribble, gets it to Tyler Johnson. To Gust. Burns back to Johnson. Besson way up top by the North Husky logo. Huskies will run some clock now.
A lot of good patience right here. They'll see if they can free up Roxfold for a good look. Oh,
Gust in trouble down low. It's knocked away.
Yeah, that was a tough pass right there. Would have liked to see that stay on the perimeter and get Roxfold his touches.
We'll see what Marshfield wants to do with the ball. Little over a minute left.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here if they just play for one or if they just look for the best look.
Landon Lee up top to Ramberg, back to Hinson. He puts up the one.
Yeah, I think they're going to pull it out and hold for one. You're right.
Over to Lee, back to Hinson. Those two playing with it up top. Time ticking down. Hinson dribbling out some time. We are under 30 seconds to go. Here comes the double team. Lee now back to Hinson.
I think Coach Fisher might use one here. Set something up. There it is.
And there's your timeout, and it comes with 14.9 seconds to go. We'll step aside as well. Back with the finish of this one on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Now's your chance to join the team at Blue Northern, hiring for drivers in Eau Claire and Sparta. Apply online today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com. We are tied at 64. 14.9 seconds remaining in the second half. Marshfield has the basketball. Brooks Hinson in the backcourt.
Look for Hinson to get downhill.
Under 10 seconds. Hinson on the drive, pull-up jumper, it rims out, Huskies have it. They want a timeout and they'll get it with 1.1 seconds remaining. So we'll step aside, we'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older, I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
We're back at the doghouse. They made an adjustment on the game clock, and they rounded up, you could say. 2 seconds on the clock. It was 1.1 when we went to break, but officials talked about it. So 2 seconds for Eau Claire North. But they will have to go the length of the court to try to get a game-winning bucket. Otherwise, we head to overtime.
You know, this is one of those situations, though, where the Huskies practice this, where you know late in the game type situations, 2 or 3 seconds left, what you want to run. So, again, as the Huskies get this up the floor with 2 seconds, they basically say, you catch and you've got 2 dribbles, and then you got to shoot it.
Roxvold to throw it out. He can run the baseline. And Roxvold will use a timeout.
Almost a 5-second call. That would have been dangerous.
He had to have the count going in his head. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
We'll do a reset for you. 2 seconds remaining on the clock. North Huskies, Marshfield Tigers tied at 64 apiece. The Huskies will have the basketball. They'll need to go the length of the court. Andrew Roxvold was unable to get the ball in, so he had to burn one of those timeouts. They get it to Tyler Johnson. Johnson in the front court, pulls up.
Yeah, it was well longer than 2 seconds, so the officials had that waving off. Might have been a little slow on that clock getting started.
So we are tied 64 apiece, and we are headed to overtime. We'll step aside for just a bit. We'll be back with the overtime. You are watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
I know that I can handle schooling my children because RVA provides the tools that I need. The RVA has adjusted curriculum by placing children right where their learning is. That's the #1 goal, is to make sure that your children are learning, and so you don't move on if they haven't grasped the concept.
We have overtime at the doghouse. 4 minutes on the clock. 64 apiece. Eau Claire North and Marshfield. Marshfield led by as many as 20 points in the first half. It was a 12-point margin at the break. Good second half for the Huskies. Tip controlled by the Tigers. Here's Landon Lee. Over to Brooks Hinson. Hinson with 16 points tonight. He also had his 1,000th career point. Unable to convert there. Roxvold the rebound for the Huskies. Roxvold 26 points for North. Elliot Besson has 21. Chris Poole leads the Tigers with 20. Carter Burns hands off to Gust. Besson off the glass and good.
What a game from Elliot Besson tonight.
Tigers trailing by 2. They got the basketball. Hansen on the drive. Up top, Ramberg for 3. It rims out. Battle for the rebound. Good board that time by Besson. Gets it back from Gust. Besson. Ooh, and they get an offensive foul on the Huskies.
Yeah, they're going to call an illegal screen on Carter Burns there. That's a tough one for the Huskies.
He did appear to be moving as he set that screen.
So many times when that illegal screen is called, it's actually because of the dribbler who doesn't have the patience to wait for that screen to be set.
Under 3 minutes to go in the overtime. Tigers ball down by 2. Marshfield came in here to the doghouse with an 18-1 record. It's a steal by Burns. Layup good. Huskies have a 4-point lead.
Boy.
A North team that came in with a 9-9 record, but we talked about it, Sparks, a streaky and a dangerous team.
Yeah, and it goes back to what we talked about in the sectional, how even a 9-10 could knock off a 1-2, and you're seeing it tonight.
Lee on the drive, muscles that up and in. And we get a timeout. We'll step aside as well. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
At Marquardt Motors, we want our customers to experience the highest possible level of satisfaction. That's why we offer the largest selection of new and used vehicles at the lowest possible price. It's why we offer Saturday service, and we have our own body shop on site. I'm Dave Marquardt. I invite you to come experience the personal service we've worked for 50 years to achieve and will continue to improve on for many years to come.
We are back at the doghouse. We're in overtime. 2:17 left. Huskies 68, Tigers 66. Eau Claire North will have the basketball coming out of this timeout. If you're just joining us, Huskies hit a three-pointer to open the game. Marshfield then reeled off the next 19 points. Built that lead to as much as 20, 27-7. 29-9. North cut into that lead. It was 44-32 at the half. Huskies roared back in the second half. Tied it. Now here we are in overtime. Gust in the backcourt. Gets it to Burns. Burns dribbles out of the trap and into the front court.
Tigers still have a foul to give. So if they want to be aggressive and go for it.
Elliott Besson on the drive. Tyler Barrows. Carter Burns. Back to Besson.
Huskies content to run some clock here.
And a foul.
And that's the one they had to give.
It goes on Landon Lee. Huskies will keep it. Minute 42 left. Besson to bring it across. Double team comes on Burns. Roxvold in the corner to Gust. Back to Burns. It's like North wants to play a little keep away and force Marshfield, who's contact up top. They're going to get the foul on Brant Fries. That's the 7th team foul on the Tigers. So, Carter Burns, the senior, at the line.
Yeah, Brant jumped in there to try to draw that charge, but again, the coach wasn't disappointed. I think this is exactly who the Tigers want at the line right now.
Burns has 6 points. Big free throw right there for the senior Carter Burns. It's a 2-possession game.
Carter Burns, the senior, stepping up, knocking him down.
Hinson on the baseline. They swing it. Ramberg, that's no good. Pull the rebound up top. Lee. Pull for three. No good. Battle for the rebound. Still loose on the floor. Roxvold and flies.
Jump ball goes to the Huskies.
And the Huskies have the arrow.
Huskies have the ball and a 4-point lead.
70-66. Joey Ketterer in for the Tigers. Pohl will check out.
Well, the Tigers started out this game nailing about 4 for 4 from the three-point line, and I think they've probably gone all for 10 since then. Nothing.
Burns to throw it in. He's got to get it in quickly. He finds Roxvold. Roxvold to Gust. He picks up his dribble. Ooh, cross-court pass to Besson, who gets fouled by Fries. So Matt Besson goes to the line. In for the Huskies is Maddox Gertz. Chris Pohl back in for the Tigers.
Besson looking to add on to his total tonight. He's already got 23.
.24 now for Elliott Besson. The lead is 5. Marshfield just one loss in this season. 1 and 2 for Besson. Henson for three. It's good.
Boy, they needed that one.
Makes it a one-possession game. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for 30 sports. You're watching 30 seconds, I should say. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
We have 34.3 seconds remaining in overtime. A Brooks Henson three from Marshfield has pulled the Tigers within 2. It's 71-69. Possession arrow is pointing the way of the Tigers. Each team is in the bonus. Each team with 8 fouls. Andrew Roxvold to throw it in for the Huskies, and he will be able to run the baseline. Marshfield 18-1 on the season. Eau Claire North 9-9. Roxvold gets it in to Besson. And
timeout Huskies.
He'll take the timeout. And if it's a 30, we'll just keep it here. It is a 30, so we will stay here. All right, Sparks, if you're Marshfield, I guess you're going to go for the steal right away, but then do you foul right away?
Well, I think like you said it. You got to go for that trap and that steal while they're in the backcourt. As soon as that crosses into the front court, then you're going to foul. And a good thing right now for the Huskies, they've still got 1 timeout remaining. So that was very handy that they had a second one right there to use in that trap, because they were trapped in a very difficult spot in that corner. So a wise move using one of their timeouts for that. And again, Huskies just looking to get it inbounds, cross that half court, take care of it. You know the Tigers are going to foul once you cross the half court.
So Roxvold to throw it in, and he did check with official Casey Eckert. Now, because of the timeout, he cannot run the baseline. They get it in to Besson, who gets fouled. Chris Fisher, Marshfield coach, will go right to his bench and bring Chris Pohl back in. Little offense-defense substitution. So Elliott Besson to the line. He's got 24 points. His last trip to the line, he was 1 of 2. Foul goes on Hinson. It's just his first. No good. It's in the rebound.
This is the front end of the bonus. It's only a 2-point game.
Hinson to the hoop. Knocked away. Scramble for the ball. And they get the timeout. The Huskies get the timeout.
Officials are going to say he had control in order to get the timeout, as Roxville behind the play was screaming for the timeout, and they get it.
And Sparks, you talked about it earlier. They had that one timeout left in their hip pocket. Boy,
Absolutely.
did they need it there.
Yeah, and so great job by Coach Kessler to being able to reserve those timeouts. The last 2 timeouts have absolutely been huge for the Huskies.
Okay, so strategy now is pretty much the same as it was before. I mean, although now with only 18.3 seconds, my guess is if Marshfield doesn't get the steal on the inbounds pass, they're going to foul right away.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to do that hard trap, and then if that pass gets out of that trap to somebody, they're going to foul. I don't think they'll foul on that first trap. I think that's what they're going to try to create a turnover. But again, they'll be real aggressive. If it gets called, it gets called. But I think the intent is to always try to get that steal out of that first trap. And again, still 18 seconds remaining, so there is time.
All right, we have been treated to an outstanding game here. Marshfield, one of the top Division I teams in the state. Long pass into the front court. Burns has it. It's knocked away. Scramble for the ball.
He's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. North basketball. 14.1 seconds remaining.
They gave him the steal, but then the Tigers dove on it, and unfortunately for them, he fell onto the sideline when he picked it up.
So now the Huskies have it in the front court. They get it to Roxvold. He loses the handball.
Jump ball. Guess what?
Possession.
Tigers.
Arrow point in the way of the Tigers. 11.3 seconds left. Chris Poole to check back in for Marshfield.
Boy, just a lot of loose ball scrambles, things going crazy, but both coaches have agreed with all the calls late here. You know, out of bounds right there by the Tigers, and that little loose ball right there, same thing, Coach Kessler.
Hinson gives it up. Landon Lee for 3. It's no good. Shot no good. It's out of bounds. Huskies basketball.
No timeouts.
1 second on the clock.
Coach Fisher using the sub right here, like you talked about, offense, defense, also allows his Tigers to get set up. Look for the Huskies just to throw this deep.
They get it in bounds, and that'll do it.
That will do it. How about the Huskies?
Huskies win it 71-69. What a game here at the Doghouse. Eau Claire North pulling off the upset. Huskies improved to 10-9 overall this season. Oh, by the way, they'll have the Crosstown Showdown game at Memorial on Friday. Marshfield drops to 18-2 on the season. Marshfield will be back in Eau Claire Saturday night to take on the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe. So, Sparks, we're going to see both of these teams later this week, and hard to believe what we're gonna see in those two and whether it can top this. This was again watching this game early on and seeing Marshfield blow out to that 19-0 run to go up by 16 points and to go up by 20 at a matter of 2 times in that first half, and you're thinking this is going to be a blowout here, and then the Huskies got it to manageable at 12 at the break, and they kept chipping away, and then they made some huge plays down the stretch. Andrew Roxvold, 26 points. Matt Besson with 24. I think those will be our 2 guys we're going to talk to in our postgame show.
Absolutely. What an outstanding game. We know what Roxvold brings to the table. And again, tonight he performed the 26-point. But I'll tell you what, I go back to Elliot Besson, nailing those 3-pointers when they had to make that comeback. He was clutch. And then again at the end, knocking down the big free throws to win it for the Huskies. What a night for Elliott Best, and this is one he's going to remember.
So the Huskies win it in overtime, 71-69. Coming up next will be the postgame show brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team when you experience any sports-related injury or issue. You can count on proper diagnosis and customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athlete in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, in western Wisconsin. You are watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called the labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with, or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport, and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are more active and enjoy their lives.
When I see those people so happy with themselves, so happy with their decision to have this fixed or to go through this process, as scary as it sometimes is, if you don't know what's on the other side, it's so satisfying for me.
All right, we are back at the Doghouse. North Huskies win it in overtime. Let's start with Coach Mike Kessler. Boy, they go on a 19-0 run earlier in that first half. You take one timeout, you got to take another timeout soon after that. What are you thinking at that point? What are you telling your guys?
Well, at that point, we try to break the game down into 4-minute stretches. And, we want to talk about in the first 4 minutes, you want to try to cut the lead in half, and then the next 4 minutes, cut that in half and cut that in half. And that was the message in the first half. That was a message in the locker room at halftime. It was nice as the first half got going. We started to settle in offensively a little bit, so we thought we could continue to get looks that we wanted to get, the same looks we were getting late in the first half. So it was all about getting stops, and our kids responded really well.
What does it say about your team? I mean, you were able to get it to 12, kind of a manageable margin at halftime, and just the way they closed out the second half and what they did in the overtime. What does it say about your guys?
Yeah, it's a really gutsy group. Would have been really easy for them to fold it in. Maybe what your camera doesn't see all the time is how locked in even the guys that are sitting on the bench, guys that don't ever get in the game. It's a close-knit group. It genuinely feels like they want each other to succeed, and that goes a long way. So really proud of the effort tonight, and hopefully it leads to some more wins down the road here.
Coach, we appreciate your time. We'll see you Friday at the Eagles Nest, North Memorial, Chapter 2 of this season.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
All right, Mike Kessler, Eau Claire North head coach. Matt Besson, Andrew Roxvold. Andrew, let's start with you. I mean, they go on a 19-0 run in the first half. Coach talked a little bit about what was said in the huddle. For you guys, what were you saying amongst yourselves to just try to kind of keep things from getting worse?
Yeah, I mean, we came in here with a lot of confidence, and as Coach Kessler said all week, we expect to win this game. Even though obviously they're a really good team, they have really good players, but we have a good team too, and we're a solid team. We got really good chemistry. So yeah, we expected to win this game, and then it's all just positivity and picking guys up when they're getting down, and just keeping your head up.
First couple of threes weren't going down for you, but then you got on one of those stretches that, how big did that basket look for you?
It's like shooting through a hula hoop, just can't miss at that point. You got to take a couple of e-checks, and it's just fun.
Okay, so you guys you're 10-9 overall, and you got a big one Friday down at the Eagles Nest. How can you guys kind of take this momentum and carry it forward?
I mean, yeah, it's respect everybody, fear nobody. It's the same, it's like that. And like Coach Kessler said all week, like this one too, we expect to go get them. We expect to go get them.
And for you, what kind of a spark does this give the Huskies?
This game meant a lot to us. Coming in 17-1, we're not a team everybody looks at as that can be dangerous, but we're a dangerous team, and we're going to show people that.
All right, you guys. Even earlier, we were wondering if you were going to be in the house, but guess what? You're in the house, so you take it away.
I'm Elliot Besson, and I'm in the house.
No, we both got to say it. I'm Elliot Besson, I'm Andrew Roxvold.
All right. Retake. I'm Elliot Besson.
I'm Andrew Roxvold.
And we're in the house.
Come on.
All right, thank you guys. We will see these North Huskies on Friday at the Eagles Nest Eau Claire North, Eau Claire Memorial in the Crosstown Showdown. Oh, by the way, we will see Marshfield again Saturday at the Eagles Nest when the Tigers take on the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's. Mike Schwengler and I will have a big-time hockey matchup Thursday from Hobbs Ice Center in Eau Claire when Chippewa Falls, ranked number 1 in the state, takes on Eau Claire Memorial, the 3rd-ranked team in the state. A lot of great stuff coming up on Zaleski Sports. For my color commentator, Dave Sparger, I'm Bob Radovich saying good night from Eau Claire North High School.